Title
It was-
IX. It got really bad the time. So when COVID hit, the subway I worked at, we had the 3 shifts. We had an overnight shift, which sucked. I don't know why we had it. I don't know why we had it.
Most subways now are closed by 10. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's because we were in that truck stop, so it's why the drivers
even
want
even the ones we have
at 2
around here,
a.m.
truck stops now are closed at 10. It's wild.
Well,
Honestly.
now they're that way now. This one I
Yeah.
worked at is that way now. But one night, it was like I think 2 weeks into COVID, and then like no one really knew what to do at the time. Like we were the few first places that actually like put stuff into place, and so we had to close up. Of course, this place isn't meant to like close up, so there isn't anything to like block guests from going into the lobby. And so we're closing down for the night. I leave, and all I see out of the corner of my eye, I see a table get thrown into the TV in the lobby.
Ooh.
I am like, huh. I'm like, who works tomorrow? I'm like in my head trying to remember who works tomorrow to text. And I'm like, I texted someone. I was like, they're like, oh, go home. Robert can take care of it. I was like, okay. And then, so what happened after that? So the reason he was throwing stuff because we were closed, and
So
he got mad. Yeah, he's mad, obviously. Well, we had like he didn't want what we made him because we had like small stuff we like that put like the refrigerator like next over in the truck stop for him to have. It's like you could have that stuff, and he didn't want that. He wanted his sandwich warm.
Wow.
Whatever. So apparently he wanted a tantrum of breaking the TV, and then ran outside into the woods that are behind the truck stop. Comes back around, and then starts like breaking the pop machine, ice cream cooler. Like starts like breaking the place. Got like a weighted washer, like a washer pole for like a truck, and starts swinging that around. And then like apparently it took like 6 cops to tackle him. That's how the story went.
That's a
And at some
fucking
point-
4-year-old as an adult, ladies and gentlemen.
And at some point was like trying to burn the place down with like lighter fluid that he found like in the
Golly.
store. I was like, so I come in the next day. There's like stains on the floor of like whatever he tried pouring on the floor, and all I see is the TV busted. I'm like, what happened to the TV? Like that's my first response. I was like, what happened to the TV? And they're like, we'll explain later. I was like, okay. I was like, it's like, of course this happens when I leave or when I'm there. That's like that stuff happens. I just like crazy people. I don't understand people, but
No.
the amount of high people I had to deal with, I was like, at one point it became a game for all of us, like who had to go deal with them. But again, being the only guy, I had to go take care of it. So we had like teens huffing spray paint out back, and this old man, he's like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, nothing. I'm not gonna go bother people that are high out of their mind. That's gonna make the problem worse. So if they come in here and cause a problem inside, then I'll do something.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not a manager, so I'm like, I can't really go do anything. Like, I'm like 17, dude. Like,
What am I gonna do? Call the cops? Exactly what you're gonna do. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
other
yeah,
important
yeah.
things.
oh,
I don't feel
the only time
threatened.
the only time I almost called the cops on a high person was a lady I worked with was selling meth out of her car, like on brakes.
But you almost.
And
She had another
I
job.
thought I had. Yeah. So, well, I'm doing dishes, and then the back door just pops open. I thought it was locked. Apparently, she unlocked it to get out back to her car.
Yeah.
To make a deal. And the guy goes, "Where's Samantha?" I was like, "I don't know. Who are you? Like, you don't work here." So I shut the door, pulled this lady I worked with, so I locked the door, and I'm like, I texted the boss, whoever was in charge. I was like, "Hey, heads up, we had like a strange encounter with a guest asking for Samantha, and my boss goes, "Oh yeah, we think she sells drugs on her breaks." I was like, "You think that doesn't warrant? You think that doesn't warrant, an investigation? Be like, hey, you can't be doing that. We're gonna fire you."
Right.
That happened a lot. That
Wow.
a lot of the people I worked with should have been fired, but didn't. So
The world is wicked, and wicked people
I-
let wicked people do things that wicked people want to do.
Crazy
Yo,
stuff,
guys,
man.
I was like, I was glad I got out of there. I was like, all right, I don't think I'd order fast food anymore. So
It's a crazy world.